Hi, Cheryl here from Yikes, I'm a Chicken Mom. Today I want to talk about chicken picking, how I went about picking out my chickens, which has been such fun. Yes, I have been bitten by the chicken bug. So during this chicken picking phase, I'm trying to be mindful of this thing that I read about called chicken math, another chicken world term. Sounds like this chicken math could get me into some trouble. So the first decision, do I want all the same breeds of chickens? From my research, it sounded like chickens wouldn't pick on each other as much if they all looked alike. But I wanted a variety of color and markings, so a mixed variety is a choice for me. Plus, then I can tell them apart. Next, how many chickens do I want? This is where the chicken math I talked about really tried to start kicking in. So many cute, sweet chickens to pick from. I wanted one of each. It reminded me when I was a kid and had the JCPenney and Sears catalog at Christmas time. I was circling all these things I wanted. So anyway, I just wanted one of each. So I had to keep telling myself, only 6, and we want a good-looking mixed flock. So I knew I didn't want more than I thought I could handle since I'm a newbie. So 6 sounded good, 7 sounded like too many, 4 didn't sound like enough, plus I had learned that when they huddled together for warmth in the coop during the winter, 4 just didn't sound like a good cuddle number. Plus 4 just wasn't near enough cuteness for me. 5 was an uneven number because everybody needs a buddy, so 6 it is. So finally, which breeds will work for me? Well, I work in an accounting office, and boy, do I love spreadsheets. I get so geeky about them, and I have spreadsheets for everything. I'm not kidding. So naturally, I had to have one to help me pick out my chickens. I started with Pinterest, and I made a board called Flock, and I pinned each chicken choice I was contemplating to that Pinterest board in order to get a visual of my block to be. I knew I wanted chickens that laid brown eggs, have a sweet and kid-friendly temperament. This is important since I'm a newbie and I have 4 grandkids that come to visit in the summer. No feathered legs. Again, I'm a newbie and that sounds like it just might get a little complicated. They have to be cold hardy. I live in Ohio. They have to be able to bear confinement well since I'm not going to let them free range unless they're supervised. I guess it's that new mom thing. Good layers would be nice. So I wanted to know how many eggs per week I could expect from each breed. Plus, that's something I can put on a spreadsheet for future and have fun tracking. And most importantly, they have to be cute. I want a good-looking flock. So armed with that info, I set up my spreadsheet so I could keep track of what breeds ticked off each of these boxes as I did my research. I also found my pet chicken to be an excellent resource for all the information that my spreadsheet called for. Plus, I would Google each breed to see what other people had to say about their experience with that breed and record the information. I changed my mind so many times, back and forth and back and forth. With all the choices I had on my list, I contemplated bumping up the number of chickens. Chicken math tried to kick in again, but I realized that I would need to start replenishing my flock with new chicks in a couple of years, so I decided stick with 6 chickens, reminding myself I'm a newbie and don't want to bite off more than I can chew, so I can try new breeds that are more challenging as I gain more experience in the next couple of years. And I understand there will be a pecking order that will be determined by the flock. So I wanted to stay away from any breed that might be bossy or tended to be dominant. I don't want to be in the middle of breaking up any fights in the hen house. Anyway, I settled in on the breeds I wanted to start with. The speckled Sussex. My mentor and neighbor Kim has one, and she named her Treats, and she is my favorite, and she is the sweetest little chicken. I also want a buff Orpington. One description on the internet said they love to cuddle. Now that's my kind of chicken. Plus, I don't want any scenes like the movie The Birds in my hen house. So, buff Orpington sounds good. Black Australorp, one internet description, said it likes to sit on your lap. Another good choice. Brown double-laced Barnevelder, one internet description said that it makes a wonderful pet and is talkative. That sounds like my kind of girl. Barred Rock, on the internet, one description said they are calm and friendly. Sounds like another good breed. And then the Easter Egger. And I chose this breed because it sounds like a mutt. You never know what it's going to look like or what color its eggs are going to be, either green or blue. I learned that they are crossbred between chickens so that they get the right DNA that will cause them to lay these blue and green eggs. So if they start out laying blue eggs, they're always going to lay blue eggs. They won't switch to green, or if they start out with green, that's what you're going to get. So I learned that, again, their DNA is what's going to determine what color eggs that they lay and how they will look. No two are going to look alike. And I like this element of surprise. And they also were known for a sweetness gene that they're supposed to possess. So this will be my Forrest Gump box of chocolate chicken. I relegated the ones that didn't make that cut to the wait till it's time to replenish the flock list. Plus, that leaves a little bit of excitement knowing I have more breeds to come in the future if I can just be patient and wait. I placed my order in November, right after Thanksgiving, with Meyer Hatchery here in Ohio. This way I can pick the day-old chicks up myself rather than having them endure the stress of mailing. My girls are due to hatch on May the 30th, and I opted to have them vaccinated for Marek's disease before I pick them up on May 1st. And again, I'm taking you with me to pick up those chicks. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I have already put in for vacation, or should I say maternity leave from work that entire week. I told them I've got babies to raise. One other note is when I placed the order, they told me that I need to have a substitute breed picked out in case one of my first choices isn't available for whatever reason. So I'm still working on picking out my substitute. Haven't made up my mind. Oh, I almost forgot. I have named them already. They have a first and a last name. I wanted to incorporate the breed into their name, so the breed became their last name, and their first name begins with the same letter as their breed. So I have Sadie Sussex, Opal Orpington, Agnes Australorp, Beulah Barnevelder, Bertha Bardrock, and Esther Easter Egger. Oh, I just can't stand it. I'm just so excited. If you want to join me on my journey of learning about chicken keeping, just click subscribe and click the like, please. And in the comments, I would really welcome any advice, tips, or information that you want to share with me. Remember, I'm a newbie, and I need all the help I can get. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, and God bless.